Food Label Friday will not be airing today. Instead, we're going to spend a little time on the celebration of Juneteenth. Juneteenth is the oldest nationally celebrated commemoration of the ending of slavery in the United States. Dating back to 1865, it was on June 19th that the Union soldiers led by Major General Gordon Granger landed at Galveston, Texas with news that the war had ended and that the enslaved were now free. That was 2.5 years after President Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation, which had become official January 1st, 1863. The Emancipation Proclamation had little impact on the Texans due to the minimal number of Union troops to enforce the new executive order. However, with the surrender of General Lee in April of 1865 and the arrival of General Granger's regiment, the forces were finally strong enough to influence and overcome the resistance. One of General Granger's first orders of business was to read to the people of Texas General Order No. 3, which began most significantly with, "The people of Texas are informed that in accordance with a proclamation from the Executive of the United States, all slaves are free. This involves an absolute equality of rights and rights of property between former masters and slaves, and the connection heretofore existing between them becomes that between employer and hired laborer." Celebrations of the day date back to 1866. At first, the celebration involved church-centered community gatherings in Texas. It spread across the South and became more commercialized in the 1920s and 1930s. Often, the centerpiece was a food festival. A third stage was reached in the civil rights movement of the 1960s when the focus became the story of the struggle for post-war civil rights. The 1970s saw a fourth stage, which returned the focus to African American freedom and arts. By the 21st century, Juneteenth was celebrated in most major cities across the United States. Activities are pushing Congress to recognize Juneteenth as a national holiday. Juneteenth is recognized as a state holiday or special day of observance in 47 of the 50 states. Today, Juneteenth commemorates African American freedom and emphasizes education and achievement. It is a day, a week, and in some areas a month marked with celebrations, guest speakers, picnics, and family gatherings. The observance is primarily in local celebrations. Traditions include public readings of the Emancipation Proclamation, singing traditional songs such as "Swing Low, Sweet Chariot," and "Lift Every Voice and Sing." And readings of words by noted African American writers such as Ralph Ellison, and Maya Angelou. Celebrations include rodeos, street fairs, cookouts, family reunions, park parties, historical reenactments, and Miss Juneteenth contests. Speaking of which, there is a movie called Is Juneteenth that debuts today. Check out this trailer, but understand, I have not reviewed the movie, so do your own research on it.
Welcome to the Miss Juneteenth pageant.
I will never get over seeing Miss Juneteenth cleaning toilets.
The winner of Miss Juneteenth will receive a full scholarship to any historically Black institution of your choice.
Good luck. I know that you are looking to replicate your success.
What's her problem?
I beat her.
When we get the new place, we can bring you on more regiment. I hate to see you working so hard.
I'm doing the best I can. I don't have the rest of the money.
We don't do credit. We don't do layaway.
You got something for her account?
You know I can't carry that kind of money on me, girl. I'll be right by y'all this time.
I've been holding it down a long time around here. She my dream now. I'm gonna make sure that she's something that we ain't.
If I make the dance team, I can get me a scholarship.
I ain't gonna have my daughter out there dancing like that. Ain't no school handing out no full ride for that. You better hope your grades turn out right. Where's your homework? You worry about the wrong thing. I need you focused on your studies.
Miss Juneteenth is here to prepare you for the future.
Your dinner knife.
That is your salad knife. One would surely not eat the main course with that.
We are expecting greatness.
Why you making me do it? Didn't do nothing for you.
So get up and clap your hands.
I better not ever see you at my house again.
You always embarrass me.
I'm not cute. Or built to suit a fashion model size.
That's my baby.
Phenomenal woman. That's me.
Since the 1980s and 1990s, the holiday has been more widely celebrated among African American communities and has seen increasing mainstreaming in the U.S. In 1991, there was an exhibition by the Anacostia Museum, part of the Smithsonian Institution, called Juneteenth 91, Freedom Revisited. In 1994, a group of community leaders gathered at Christian Unity Baptist Church in New Orleans, Louisiana, to work for the greater national celebration of Juneteenth. Expatriates have celebrated it in cities abroad, such as Paris. Some U.S. military bases in other countries sponsor celebrations in addition to those of private groups. In 1991, Ralph Ellison's novel Juneteenth was published, increasing recognition of the holiday. By 2006, at least 200 cities celebrated the day. More and more companies are beginning to recognize Juneteenth, with some even making it a paid holiday. Nike made its statement 2 days after adidas announced that at least 30% of new employees hired in the U.S. would be Black or Latin. This decision was criticized for not being a big enough step by local Black artists who have long seen a lack of diversity in the Portland-based company's staff. Julia Bond, 25, is the only Black female apparel designer working at Adidas' corporate office in Portland. Adidas CEO Casper Rorsted also said the company would spend $20 million over the next 4 years on programs that support the Black community. Nike CEO Donahoe pledged that his company would spend $40 million over 4 years to support social justice, education, and racial inequality. The future of Juneteenth looks bright as the number of cities and states creating Juneteenth committees continues to increase. Respect and appreciation for all of our differences grow out of exposure and working together. Getting involved and supporting Juneteenth celebrations creates new bonds of friendship and understanding among us. This indeed brightens our future, and that is the spirit of Juneteenth.